the war we won. The Greeks tried to erase who we are. And that's what they built to God above. Showed his evil with us in the dark. When one I turned to hate, that's why we celebrate. In the dark of night, the candles stand for hope.
Chanukah Sameach. I want to talk a bit about the time of Chanukah. We're used to thinking that Chanukah is here in this time of year, mainly because of the whole miracle that happened on Kafei B'Kislev. But as we know, nothing is a coincidence. It doesn't just fall on that time that the Jews suddenly beat the Greeks. In fact, the Gemara in Avodah Zarah tells us something amazing. Chanukah, the time of Chanukah, wasn't just something that started with the Maccabim, it was much earlier than that. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah tells us the story of Adam HaRishon. Adam HaRishon, in the first year he was in the world, he kept on seeing that the days were getting shorter and shorter. Of course, he was born on Rosh Hashanah, therefore the days were getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and the night was getting longer and longer. And Adam HaRishon was getting all scared. He said to himself, what is this? Maybe because the chet I did, suddenly Hashem decided to destroy the world. And the days are getting shorter, the nights are getting longer, and at the end the darkness will take over. And then, as we know, in this time of year, Chanukah, from this point, the days start getting longer again. And at this point, Adam HaRishon suddenly understood that it's the cycle. And it says that the next year that year he fasted for 8 days until it started becoming, the days started becoming longer, and the next year he made Chanukah. He made the 8 days a celebration days. So this actually comes to show us that Chanukah isn't only about the beautifulness, and there's a reason why we light Chanukah candles, not just to remind us of the ness of the 8 days. It's also to remind us the whole idea of light. The idea that sometimes when darkness is closing on us, just like with the Greeks, just like with all that was going on around then, sometimes all you need is a bit of light to remind you that everything will be okay. Just like with Adam HaRishon, that little bit of light that he understood that suddenly the days were getting longer again was enough to reassure him that the world is good and the world will be much a better place, and that's what we should remember when we look at the candle lights. Chag Sameach.